It's the end of the day with Ray. Hello, my friends. Hey, I'm here with Kelly and Keith from Clover. They got some exciting stuff on the pike. As a matter of fact, their first webinar is coming up this Wednesday. But Kelly, tell us about these webinars you got coming up. And Keith, how are you doing?
I'm doing great.
All right, Kelly, let's hear about this, man. I'm excited.
So Clover's got a couple new webinars coming up. Really our focus has been in how to help dealers close the gap with the revenue loss from COVID and the imaging side of the business.
Okay.
So our first webinar is this week, and it's going to be on a new category for Clover, which is barcode imaging supplies.
Okay.
We're going to follow that up with a webinar on PPE. That's going to be with Jim Sirkleski, and he's going to talk about all the opportunities that exist for PPE right now.
Okay.
And we're going to do a webinar on wide format with Michael Frothingham, who is our specialist in the wide format printing industry.
Okay.
And then last, we're going to do e-commerce again. We've had great demand from dealers and wanting to be able to sell transactionally on their websites.
Yep.
So we're going to revisit that topic that we talked about a couple weeks ago. Hey, Keith, can you talk a little bit about the barcode webinar that's coming up?
Yeah, so this coming Wednesday, we're going to do a barcode webinar for dealers that are looking to get into this category. So it's going to be a little bit of a barcode 101 type presentation, but everybody's looking for additional revenue streams right now. I don't think anybody is thinking that print is going to come back to the level it was anytime soon, with people coming back to the office and printing on network printers. So rather than waiting for that to happen, dealers are looking for opportunities to find new revenue streams, and we've been doing the same thing ourselves. So on Wednesday, we'll get into barcode supplies, and there will be two sessions, one at 10 o'clock in the morning and one at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, Central Time.
Let me ask you, Keith, I noticed on those 4 webinars, there's a lot of new deliverables for Clover. Obviously PP there's a new deliverable for everybody. But this barcode and the barcode supplies, is that new to Clover?
It is new to Clover. It's something that we were considering launching prior to COVID. And we actually did an in-house kind of training session on it. And when COVID hit, we decided to postpone it because during the months of March and April,
Sure.
harder to get people's attention in terms of trying to launch something new. But we feel like the time is right now. We had already committed to this, but we decided to push it out to a June, July launch.
Well, obviously, labels are on a boom themselves. We can all read data. What about the wide format? You talked a little bit about wide formats. You're talking about wide format supplies. Is that also a new deliverable for Clover?
We've been selling wide format for a little over a year,
Okay.
but again, putting attention on it and getting more interest from the channels that we call on daily, like office products dealers and the imaging channel and the BTA dealers. I think they're more receptive to looking at new product categories today. So we want to make sure that's part of this series, and that we can do as much business there as possible.
Well, and then, Kelly, I think I did a video this last week, maybe it was Friday, and I talked about the fact that if dealers are just thinking people are going to show up on their website and then call them up and get some, like PP, for instance, it's probably not going to work. They probably need to have an e-commerce platform, and that helps people say buy now. And even for the labels, even for the wide format supplies, e-commerce is important, and I know that's your follow-up webinar after that. So I got to tell you, we're in some trying times, but these trying times create some opportunities. It looks like Clover doesn't sleep at the wheel. They've been driving the bus. They're trying to look for different things to do. Did you notice of all 4 of these webinars, they didn't talk about the remanufactured cartridges because everybody in the world knows you guys are the biggest at that already. But you're actually looking to help dealers, pivot, transition, add different revenue streams, and that's fantastic. And I'm sure the dealers appreciate that. But let me ask you a question. The office products channel out there, they've been doing quite well with Clover for decades. And, a lot of those folks have e-commerce built into their systems. They've had that for the last 5, 6, 7 years plus. Is there anything you can shock our dealer friends into understanding why they need to have e-commerce? Because a lot of them are still sleeping at the wheel a little bit of that. But you're doing a lot of business through the OP channel, am I right?
Yes, we are. And all of the categories we just talked about are something that can be merchandised on a website and ordered on a website. So there's been a little bit of an upheaval in the PPE segment just because of everything being stocked out, and people that have product are the ones that are going to sell it. But it's going to correct itself over time, and websites are going to be the primary way for people to buy that. users to buy that product category. So it's important to have e-commerce for these categories.
Well, here's a question for you on the PPE gear. There was a lot of crap out there, fraud and all kinds of things. And it sounds to me, Clover being the size and scope of business they are, that if dealers engage with you, you guys have done all that research and you're selling the best stuff out there for the marketplace. And I think that's important because a lot of our dealer friends, they might find some stuff that appears to be like, oh, this is fantastic, let's start selling this. Probably not a good fit for the customer. So, I think that, do you have a price list and all the stuff they can get a hold of right now? I mean, can they find that on the website easy enough?
Yeah, go ahead, Kelly.
So on the homepage of Clover, you'll find our PPE storefront, and that's where dealers can find all of our pricing and all the specs on all of our products. We also have additional resources for dealers so that they can effectively market these, so they can put them on their website. We have end user flyers where they can add their own pricing, availability. So we've got a lot of tools out there. We're actively working with dealers on different opportunities, especially in schools right now.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a lot of money that was given to schools to acquire PPE before August comes. So right now we're working, every day we're getting bid after bid to give pricing, and we do have availability. Some of it we're manufacturing in some of our facilities. Others we're using our networks that we have, our distribution channel, to bring in PPE. So when we say that we can get something, we'll have it in stock for you. You can go right now and get hand sanitizer, 3-ply masks. We've got gloves coming. So there's a lot of opportunities right now for dealers out there.
Well, I got to tell you, Clover's always come to bat, and you guys are the biggest for the reason, I guess, because you do come to bat. Is there anything you want to add before we end this? And I know, but folks, Wednesday, get on that webinar. We'll have a link to register on this video when I post it. So reach out to Kelly or Keith. I'm sure they can help you. But we got another 4 weeks of intensive opportunity to learn about some intensive opportunities that you can add to your portfolios. This isn't ending anytime soon. I think we can all admit to that. So it's time we create that new normal, as I say, instead of falling victim to it. We appreciate everything you do. You got anything to wrap up with?
Nope, we just hope to see you on Wednesday.
All right.
Yeah, we're looking forward to the series and our customers, taking advantage of the opportunities.
Well, we appreciate you guys, and I'll see you on Wednesday. Folks, I'm going to end this the way I always do. Status quo is the killer of all that'll be invented. Don't get stuck in status quo, and we'll see y'all tomorrow.